My name is William Mgoola. I'm Division Manager for Lower Shire Protected Areas.
My name is Kalima. I'm the Head of Research and Planning in Lower Shire Wildlife Division.
If we look back, because the Lengwe National Park was gazetted in 1975 as a protected area, from that date to the present year, we see that in terms of weather as well as climate change, there has been an increase in the average temperature as well as reduced raw rainfall which we have been receiving. And we have also noted that sometimes the onset of early rains is very late, and also the rains do cease earlier than expected, which is contributing to some impacts on biodiversity. We can say that climate is changing based on the empirical evidence and what we are seeing also on the ground. We have noted that here in Lengwe National Park, we have experienced some droughts, prolonged dry spells. A good example is in 1979, 8 or so, there was a mean die-off Nyala here in Lengwe National Park, which is attributed to drought, and also other impacts have also been noted due to the effects of climate change.
As a protected area where we have biodiversity, we can see that increased temperatures and reduced rainfalls are really affecting our vegetation, which is a source of food and a habitat to our animals. And looking at the wildlife trend, we can see that all animal numbers in Lengwe National Park are going down, which is mainly attributed to climate change. The linkage is on the availability of water for the animals, as well as the growth of vegetation as source of food.
We can say that climate change is affecting biodiversity in general. We are saying so because Lengwe National Park was principally established for the conservation of Nyala as a rare and endemic species to Lengwe, because it is, in terms of its distribution, is the northernmost limit. So Nyala, based on some studies which have been done in the past, looking at the habitat suitability as well as food supply, climate change has been noted to have an impact on these two areas, and Nyara was rated to be vulnerable in terms of survival due to the effects of prolonged droughts as well as raw rainfall. And also we have noted that due to these effects of climate change, some animals do migrate, especially the buffaloes. During certain times of the years, they do migrate to other parts of the protected area. Even we have also noted, it is also on the record that they also do migrate to the neighboring countries like Mozambique, which is also as a result of the effect of climate change.
Climate change, as far as the other studies are concerned, not necessarily on Lengwe National Park, climate change will mainly affect both richness and diversity as well, because plants are of different nature. There are other plants which can be drought resistant, while others can easily disappear. But the general fact is that we do experience a decrease in forest cover, which may include both of them.
Basically, there are two major issues in terms of the elements which I've noted. One is the animals, the animal numbers. We see that especially for key species like Nyala, they have been stagnating. There are other factors which might also contribute to the stagnating of the animal numbers, like poaching, but we feel that the climate change has had an impact on Nyala due to prolonged droughts as well as reduced rainfall, which results into reduced soil moisture, which does have an impact on the thickets, because these thickets are the ones on which most of the animals are dependent, especially in Nyala. At different stages of the rainfall cycle, you see that Nyala sometimes do resort to grazing, sometimes they do forage. Now, because of prolonged droughts, you find that, for example, if the vegetation is, especially the grass, is not there, the animals will not have much to eat. We can say that the risks are increasing because we have noted that the onset of the early rains is still late, and in terms of the animal numbers, especially for the Nyala, which is very susceptible to the effects of climate change, we see that the animals, especially the reproductive, we can say that their reproduction is being affected somehow, because we see that the animal numbers are not increasing. Of course, although it has not been verified with other studies, but just from observations. There are a number of interventions which have been put on the table. One is want to increase the watering points. You know that Lengwe National Park is more or less a semi-arid type of area where we artificially supply water to the animals. So we want to increase the number of watering points, water hose, so that the animals don't travel a long distance. We estimate that it should be within 2 to maybe 5 kilometer distance of movement, so that the animals find water very easily. Secondly, we also want to improve on fire management. We are saying fire management because there are instances of increased hot-rate illegal fires which destroy the main habitat for Nyala, which are the thickets. So we want to have a fire management plan in place so that the effects of hot-rate fires are reduced, which come as a result of the effects of climate change.
In addition to what my colleague has said, we need to, as a department, come up with a clear adaptation strategy on climate change, so that on our day-to-day activities, we have something to do with climate change adaptation. And because of this idea, the department is supposed to review the old existing policy, which is silent on climate change, and try to include clauses to do with climate change so that the fight is successful.